Wally Hammod was born on June 19, 1903 in Brighton, Sussex, England. A highly talented cricketer, Hammod became one of the greatest batsmen in the history of English cricket. His career spanned from 1920 to 1951, playing predominantly for England and Gloucestershire. With an elegant style, Hammod was known for his superb technique and stylish batting, which made him a standout player during his era. Hammond's early years saw him playing at the club level before making his debut for Gloucestershire in 1921 at just 18 years old. He soon established himself as a promising young talent, and by 1927, he was selected for the England national team. His first Test match came in 1927 against the West Indies at Lord's, and he quickly made an impact, scoring 51 and 119 in his debut series. Over the next few years, Hammond's batting continued to flourish, earning him a permanent spot in the England team. Hammond's career flourished particularly during the 1930s, a decade that saw him become one of the most prolific run scorers in the world. He was known for his ability to play long innings under difficult conditions, and he set numerous records during this time. He became the first player to score 100 first-class centuries, a remarkable feat that demonstrated his consistency and longevity in the game. Hammond's Test career was notable for his leadership and his ability to perform under pressure. He captained England on several occasions and was often the team's linchpin in challenging situations. One of Hammond's most notable performances came in the 1932-33 Ashes series in Australia, where he played a crucial role in England's victory. He scored an incredible 440 runs, including a memorable 107 not out in the second innings of the second Test at Melbourne. This knock was part of a brilliant series in which Hammond showcased his immense skill against Australia's formidable bowling attack. His runs helped secure a historic series victory for England and Australia, and this triumph solidified his reputation as one of the best batsmen of his era. In addition to his batting, Hammond was also a useful bowler, particularly in limited situations. He was a handy medium-fast bowler, capable of providing breakthroughs when required. Though his primary role was that of a batsman, his versatility in the field was an asset to both Gloucestershire and England. Hammond's performances in domestic cricket were equally remarkable. He was one of the mainstays of Gloucestershire throughout his career, and his contribution to the team was invaluable. He was an all-rounder in the truest sense, with his ability to contribute with both bat and ball, making him a vital part of the Gloucestershire lineup for many years. Throughout his career, Hammond was known for his consistency. He scored over 36,000 first-class runs, and his average in Test cricket was over 58, placing him among the all-time greats of the game. His career-best innings of 240 not out in 1938 against the South Africans at Newlands is still regarded as one of the finest innings in the history of English cricket. Hammond's batting style was marked by grace and fluidity, with a particular emphasis on timing and placement. He was capable of playing both attacking and defensive cricket, making him a well-rounded and adaptable player. Despite his success on the field, Hammond was often known for his reserved nature off it. He was a player who preferred to focus on his game rather than on the spotlight, and he often let his performances do the talking. While he did have his share of controversies, particularly during his time as captain, he was respected for his cricketing intellect and tactical acumen. Hammond was knighted in 1947, a recognition of his contribution to the sport, and he retired from international cricket in 1947. However, he continued to play domestic cricket for a few more years. Hammond's post-playing career saw him take on coaching and administrative roles within cricket, but his health began to decline later in life. He passed away on July 1, 1987, at the age of 84. Despite the passing of time, his legacy as one of the finest batsmen ever to play the game of cricket endures. Hammond's name remains synonymous with elegance, consistency, and class, and his influence on English cricket continues to be felt by future generations. His achievements have been remembered through numerous tributes and retrospectives on his career, cementing his place in cricket history. After his retirement from playing cricket, Wally Hammod remained deeply involved in the sport in various capacities. He served as a selector for the England national team and contributed his cricketing knowledge and expertise in shaping the direction of the team. While his influence on the team as a selector was not always the subject of praise, his deep understanding of the game made him a valuable voice in cricketing circles. His role in promoting cricket's future generations ensured that his legacy would continue to impact the sport long after his playing days. In addition to his work as a selector, Hammod also coached and mentored younger players, imparting his experience to the next generation of cricketers. His ability to teach the technical aspects of batting and his tactical understanding of the game made him a respected figure in the coaching world, even though he was somewhat reserved in public life. Hammond's legacy is also tied to his impact on Gloucestershire County Cricket Club, where he spent the majority of his playing career. His contributions to the club were immense, both in terms of his performances on the field and his leadership. He helped to elevate the club to national prominence during his tenure, and his influence continued to be felt in the years after his retirement. Off the field, Hammond's life was not without its challenges. He was known to have a somewhat solitary personality, and his reserved nature sometimes made him a difficult figure to approach for the media and the public. However, those who knew him spoke highly of his dedication to the game and his quiet professionalism. In particular, his ability to perform in difficult circumstances and his resilience were qualities that garnered admiration from his peers. Despite his personal challenges, Hammond's passion for cricket never waned, and he remained a lifelong ambassador for the sport. In recognition of his immense contributions to English cricket, Hammond's name has been remembered in several ways. His statistical achievements remain a testament to his exceptional talent and consistency. His batting records, particularly his run tally in hundreds, continue to stand as benchmarks in the sport. Additionally, his contributions as a captain and his role in guiding England to historic victories in Ashes series, particularly in Australia, cemented his place in cricketing folklore. Even today, Wally Hammond's influence is still felt in English cricket. His career is often cited in discussions of the greatest batsman to ever play the game, and his achievements continue to inspire young cricketers around the world. Through his technical mastery, leadership, and longevity in the game, Hammond's name has remained synonymous with cricketing excellence. Wally Hammond's story is one of quiet brilliance, a career marked by extraordinary feats that continue to resonate in the annals of cricket history. His legacy lives on through the records he set, the players he inspired, and the remarkable innings he played, all of which combined to make him one of the most significant figures in the sport's rich history. As time passed after his death, the significance of Wally Hammond's career only grew. His name remains a fixture in cricket's historical discussions, with frequent comparisons drawn between him and other greats of the game. His ability to adapt to changing cricketing conditions, whether facing the challenges of different pitches, the various bowling attacks of his time, or the evolving dynamics of the sport, was part of what made him so special. For a player who spanned so many years in international cricket, from the late 1920s into the 1940s, his consistent ability to perform at the highest level is a testament to his unparalleled skill. Hammond's influence reached far beyond his playing days. In the decades following his passing, his performances have been re-evaluated and appreciated by new generations of cricket fans and analysts who now view him as a trailblazer who set standards for those who came after him. His 1932-33 Ashes series in Australia, in which he was pivotal to England's success, continues to be remembered as one of the defining moments in the history of English cricket. This series, in particular, is often cited as a brilliant example of individual brilliance, helping to secure a collective victory. It marked an era in which England cricket was defined by a number of stars, but Hammond's contribution stood out above all. Moreover, Hammond's contribution as a leader of men, despite his often stoic and reserved demeanor, has also earned recognition. His role in leading England through difficult series, his decision-making under pressure, and his ability to manage his team's expectations have been praised by cricket historians. He may not have been as flashy or overtly charismatic as some other captains of his time, but his effectiveness as a tactician is still considered one of the key reasons for England's successes during his leadership. One of the key features that continues to captivate those who study his life and career is his remarkable consistency. Throughout the 1930s, he accumulated runs with an unshakable focus and his technical prowess was regarded as exemplary. His ability to perform on a variety of pitches and against a range of opponents ensured that he was never too reliant on one type of condition or style of bowling. Whether playing at home or abroad, Hammond's adaptability was remarkable, making him one of the few players of his era who could truly be considered a master of all conditions. In the cricketing community, many have come to recognize Wally Hammond as one of the best all-around cricketers of his time. His contributions as a bowler, although not as high-profile as his batting, further elevated his status as a complete cricketer. His ability to provide vital breakthroughs with the ball added a different dimension to his value as a team player, and he remains one of the most respected all-rounders in cricket history. The recognition of Hammond's greatness continues to grow through retrospectives, awards, and tributes from cricket boards and associations. Memorials have been established in his honor, and the cricketing community at large continues to celebrate his contributions to the sport. Modern players still look to Hammond as a model of excellence, with his technical mastery of the game and his ability to perform under pressure being qualities that are often emulated by contemporary batsmen. As time marches on, Wally Hammond's name remains firmly entrenched in the pantheon of cricket's all-time greats. His legacy continues to inspire players and fans alike, and his career serves as a benchmark for excellence that future generations of cricketers will always aspire to reach. The longevity of his influence in the sport proves that Wally Hammond's cricketing brilliance is not confined to his own time, but endures as a symbol of the highest standards of the game.